The story opens in a dry western settlement where the sun hangs low and the air feels heavy with dust, and waiting people gather in a rough wooden yard drawn by habit and hunger for control, while a raised platform stands at the center, scarred by years of cruelty and silence. Upon it stands a young girl holding her baby brother close, her arms wrapped around him with a strength born from fear and love. She is far too young to understand the full shape of what is happening, yet old enough to know that this moment matters and that everything before it has led here. The crowd looks at her as if she is not a child but an object, something to be weighed and judged. Voices rise calling out numbers that mean nothing to her but everything to the men who speak them. The baby stirs against her chest, sensing her fear, and she rocks him gently, whispering soft sounds learned from nights spent hiding and surviving alone. She remembers the road that brought them here, wagons and hands and voices that decided their fate without ever asking their names. Around them the town watches. Some faces are curious, others bored, a few openly pleased. The auctioneer speaks loudly, turning suffering into spectacle, while the girl focuses on breathing and on keeping her brother quiet. She fears being separated more than anything else because he is all she has left in the world. Her memory clings to the promise she once made to never let him go, even if she does not know how to keep it. At the edge of the crowd a lone cowboy stands apart. He is weathered and silent, his eyes shadowed by a wide hat. He did not come to buy anything, yet something holds him there as he watches the girl square her shoulders like a grown person while terror flickers behind her eyes. He sees the way she shields the baby with her body and how her small hands tremble but never loosen. The bidding grows louder and the danger becomes real. Buyers argue about price and worth, speaking as though the children are tools. The girl tightens her hold, bracing for hands that may pull them apart. Her heart pounds as she looks out over strangers, searching for one face that might show mercy. She does not know the cowboy yet, but his gaze meets hers for a moment and she sees something unfamiliar, not hunger, not cruelty, but resolve. As the auction reaches its turning point, the girl realizes that childhood has already slipped away, replaced by a fierce need to protect. The platform feels like the center of the world and every sound echoes inside her chest. The baby sleeps unaware, trusting her completely, and that trust steals her spirit. No matter what happens, she will fight to keep him with her, and in that moment before the final call, her silent courage fells the dusty air and changes everything. The moment the bidding slows, the air feels tight and heavy, as if the town itself is holding its breath. The girl senses that something is about to change, though she does not know whether it will bring relief or pain. Her arms ache from holding her brother, yet she refuses to loosen them. The baby stirs and lets out a small sound, and she presses her cheek to his head, whispering comfort into his hair. Then a new voice rises, not loud, not eager, but firm. It comes from the edge of the crowd and cuts through the noise. The cowboy steps forward, boots steady, eyes fixed on the platform. He does not shout or argue, he simply states his offer, and the sound of it feels different from the others. The auctioneer pauses, surprised, and the crowd turns to look at the stranger. The girl watches him closely, her heart racing. He does not look at her the way the others do. He does not measure or judge. His gaze is calm and serious, like someone making a decision that matters. The bidding tries to rise again, but the cowboy raises his price without anger, without pride, until the others fall silent. One by one they step back, unwilling to compete. The auctioneer calls the final moment, and the sound of the hammer feels like thunder. For an instant the girl freezes, afraid that winning does not mean safety. She has learned that words and promises often hide harm. The cowboy approaches slowly, removing his hat. As he nears the platform he kneels so his eyes are level with hers, and the crowd fades into the background. He speaks gently, telling her that she did well, that she kept her brother safe. His voice is rough but careful, like he is afraid of breaking something fragile. He tells her she does not have to be afraid anymore. She does not fully believe him, but something in his tone makes her listen. When he says that they are coming with him, she instinctively pulls the baby closer, ready to fight, but then he adds that they will stay together always. His words are simple, but they strike deep. He tells her that no one will take her brother away, that from this moment on they are his family. The word family feels strange and dangerous. It is a word she has not trusted in a long time. She studies his face, looking for lies, but finds only weariness and resolve. She sees scars of a different kind: loss, loneliness, choices made long ago. The cowboy helps her down from the platform, careful to keep his distance. He offers his coat when he notices her shaking, and she hesitates before accepting it, wrapping it around herself and the baby. The crowd begins to disperse, already forgetting, but for the girl the world is shifted. As they walk away from the yard, she looks back once at the place where fear nearly tore her life apart. Then she looks forward, following the cowboy toward an uncertain road. The sun begins to lower, casting long shadows, and for the first time she feels something unfamiliar, not safety, yet not fear, but the fragile beginning of hope. The journey away from the town unfolds slowly across open land where the wind moves freely and the sky feels endless. The girl rides stiffly on the horse in front of the cowboy, holding her brother close as if the ground itself might try to steal him away. Every movement makes her tense and every sound sets her alert, she does not speak because silence has kept her safe for a long time. The cowboy keeps his hands steady on the reins and speaks only when needed. His voice is low and even, never sharp, never demanding. He tells her where they are going and how long the ride will take. He tells her the baby can sleep and that she can rest if she wants. She listens but does not answer. Trust does not come from words alone. As hours pass, the road stretches on and nothing bad happens. No shouting follows them, no hands reach out to pull them back. The baby sleeps peacefully, warmed by the coat and the steady rhythm of the horse. The girl begins to notice small things like the sound of leather and the way the cowboy slows the horse when the ground turns rough. When they stop to rest, he builds a small fire and prepares food. He offers her bread first and waits until she takes it before eating himself. She watches closely, memorizing every movement, searching for signs of danger but finding none. Hunger wins and she eats while keeping one arm around her brother. Night falls and the stars appear brighter than she has ever seen. The cowboy lays out blankets and places one closer to her than to himself. He turns his back to give her space, and that simple act shifts something inside her chest. It is the first time in a long while that an adult has stepped away instead of closing in. Days pass and the land changes slowly. Grass replaces dust and the air grows cooler. The girl begins to speak in short, careful sentences. She asks where they are going and he answers honestly. She asks if they will stay together and he tells her yes every time without hesitation. At the ranch she expects more fear but finds quiet instead of commands. There are choices instead of work. There is rest. The cowboy shows her a small room and tells her it is hers. He shows her where the baby can sleep safely. That night, as the baby breathes softly and the house creaks gently around them, the girl lies awake thinking she still holds fear close because it has been her companion for so long. Yet beneath it something new begins to grow, a fragile sense that this place and this man might be real, and for the first time she allows herself to imagine a future where protecting her brother does not mean standing alone. The peace they find does not last forever because the past has a way of following even into quiet places. One afternoon, while the girl helps rock her brother to sleep, a stranger rides up to the ranch gate. His presence feels wrong before any words are spoken, and the girl senses danger the way one learns to sense storms. The cowboy stiffens and steps forward, placing himself between the house and the rider. The man speaks with a voice full of ownership and memory. He claims the children belong to him and that mistakes were made at the auction. He talks about money and rights as if love and safety are things that can be counted. The girl feels her chest tighten and her arms wrap instinctively around her brother. Her old fear rushes back, sharp and familiar. The cowboy does not raise his voice. He listens with a stillness that feels heavy. Then he answers firmly, saying the children are free and that no one will take them away. His words are steady but the weight behind them is clear. The stranger laughs and threatens to return with the law. That night the girl cannot sleep. Every sound outside feels like a footstep. Every shadow feels like a hand reaching, and the baby senses her fear and cries softly. She holds him and whispers promises even though she does not know how to keep them this time. The next day the cowboy prepares for trouble. He speaks to the girl honestly, telling her that someone may try to take them back. He gives her a choice to run if she wants safety elsewhere. The offer surprises her. She realizes he is not holding them by force but by care. For the first time she speaks with strength. She tells him she will not run. She tells him she has run enough and that this is her home. Her voice shakes but does not break. The cowboy nods, accepting her words as equal. When the lawman arrives with the stranger, the ranch feels small and tense. The girl steps forward, clutching her brother, and speaks despite her fear. She tells them what was done to them and how they were treated. Her words come slowly but they are true, and they fill the space with a power no weapon could match. The cowboy stands beside her, backing every word. He shows proof of purchase and witnesses from the town who saw his intent was rescue, not ownership. The lawman listens and the stranger grows angry, realizing control is slipping away. In the end the claim is denied and the threat fades. The rider leaves defeated and the dust settles once more. The girl feels her knees weaken as the danger passes, but the cowboy is there, steady and real. That evening as the sun sets she understands something important. Family is not just protection but standing together when fear returns, and for the first time she believes fully that she and her brother are not alone anymore. The final days of uncertainty pass and calm settles over the ranch. Like a deep breath finally released, the girl wakes one morning to sunlight filling the room and the sound of her brother laughing softly. It feels strange to wake without fear pulling her heart tight. She listens for danger and finds none, only the quiet life of a place that has chosen them. Outside, the cowboy works the land with steady care. He shows the girl how to feed the animals and how to hold the baby safely while doing small tasks. He never forces her and never rushes her. He treats her like someone who belongs, and the truth slowly reshapes how she sees herself. Seasons change and time begins to feel gentle. The girl grows stronger and learns to smile without watching every shadow. Her brother grows healthy and curious, his laughter becoming a sound that fills the house. The cowboy listens to that laughter like it is something sacred, and in many ways it is. One evening they sit together as the sky turns warm with color. The cowboy tells them that this place is theirs, that no one can take it from them. He does not speak of saving or owning, he speaks of staying and choosing and building something real. The girl understands that family is not given in a single moment but earned again and again through care. She remembers the platform and the fear and the promise she made long ago to protect her brother. She realizes she no longer carries that promise alone. The weight has been shared without being asked, and that sharing has made it lighter. When trouble no longer comes and the past loses its grip, the girl allows herself to dream. She dreams of a future where her brother grows free and safe. She dreams of a life where she is more than a shield. She dreams of laughter and work and love that does not disappear. The cowboy never asks for thanks and never claims reward. He simply remains steady through every day. Through his actions he teaches them that family is not blood alone but the choice to stand when it matters most. As night falls and the stars return, the girl tucks her brother into bed and kisses his forehead. She steps outside and looks across the land that once felt uncertain and now feels like home. The cowboy stands nearby, not as a rescuer but as something greater. In that quiet shared space the truth settles deep and lasting. They were not saved at an auction, they were found by someone who chose them, and in choosing each other they became what they had been searching for all along, a family built by courage, patience and love that finally had a place to grow.